Hey guys, how are you today? One thing I want to talk to everyone about, we just had a situation come up this morning, is measuring for hinge pockets on a commercial frame and door. And so what I want to show you here is if you look, if we were to ask you to say, hey, what's the hinge location on that door? What's the hinge location on that frame? What you would do is you would come and go to the underside of the rabbet at the head, and you would measure down to the top of the hinge plate, okay? And so you would go to the top of the first hinge, you would go to the top of the second hinge, and then you would go clear down to the top of the third hinge, okay? And so really what you're going to find here is the communication in the data is so important, okay? So when you're translating that information back to someone, they need to know, did you take the measurement on the frame, or did you come to the top of the door and make that measurement? Because when you shut this door, obviously, as everyone knows that we talked about in a previous video, you have an 1/8 inch reveal on your head, okay? And so if you take the dimension from the frame, you need to tell them, hey, I took this dimension from the frame, not the door, or I took this dimension from the door. What you'll find out is if this is a 7.5 measurement in the frame, it's going to be a 7 3/8 measurement on the door. Okay, so there's going to be an 1/8 inch difference because of that 1/8 inch head reveal. And like I said, it's so important that we communicate that correctly. And where you might find this is if we're in a job that's like a renovation. It might be if we go to a school and they need a door and frame or a door replaced, we've got to measure that to make sure that we get the correct hinge location. The other side of that is sometimes it's very important, especially if you've got like a cylindrical lock or a mortise lock going on, is we're going to have to get them the location of the strike as well, okay? And so what you're doing is you're going again from the underside of the head, and you go to the center line of this strike prep. Okay, so it's underside of rabbet at the head to the center line of that strike prep, and that is going to be the dimension that you need to give someone. So like I said, it's really important that we communicate correctly if we're giving this data to me or Joe, Andrew, whoever, a customer, that we tell them, hey, these are all measurements from the frame, not the door itself. So just a little tip for you as we move forward and probably start seeing a little more of this situation.